Today I came into the gym with one goal, to squat 140 kilos. And honestly, I wasn't completely sure I had it in me. But before I proceed, I had to make sure everything was in order. I start with some simple mobility walks, leg swings to open up my legs, hip openers to ensure I can go deep in my squats, hamstring stretch to remove the stiffness in my hamstrings, side lunges. This is also to ensure that my hips are fully mobile and so that I can go deep in my squats. Front and back lunges. This is to ensure my quads are fully ready for what's coming up. You can never be too careful when it comes to preparing your hips for a squat. This also to open up my hips. Then I started with the empty bar. I like using these first few sets to focus on my movements rather than the weights. Getting my stance right, breathing properly, and making sure every rep feels controlled. Next up was 60 kilos. Still very comfortable, so at this point I wasn't really thinking about the PR yet. I was just gradually getting my body used to having more weight on the bar. Then came 100 kilos. Now we are getting somewhere. This is usually where I start paying a lot more attention to how the weight feels. The goal isn't to waste energy on the warm-ups, is to get prepared for the heavy sets that are coming right up. And mind you, at this point, I was already feeling some tension in my hips. This is due to a previous injury on my hips. This gave me the premonition that this is going to heavily impact how deep I go in my subsequent squats. 120 kilos was next, and this is where I started taking things a little bit more seriously. The weight was definitely there, but the rep felt solid. My initial fears came through because I couldn't go as deep as I wanted. One more step closer, and now on to the 130 kg. Immediately I lifted the weights, I could feel it on my back. At this point, there isn't any more pretending, so I had to employ the use of the spotter in case it goes sideways. And also by the ways, I had to employ him also because of my hip mobility issues, because I do plan on going deep. At this point, my guy was telling me that I should go deep, way deep in the squats, but there's still this fear in me. But when you have someone behind you, just give it a go. So at this point, I kid you not, going really deep was really surprising for me as a person. And the weight wasn't giving me much of a challenge. So this is exactly when I decided that I should go for a higher rep. For a higher weight, or as we say, a new PR. And here we finally go for 140. This is my first time using a belt though, so I was like, you don't take any chances when it comes to your safety. The plan was to go 1 or 2 reps myself before my guy to step in. What can I say? The fear gets the better of me, so I told him to step in from the very onset so that nothing goes wrong. But finally, it was good. It was okay. The first rep was clean. The second is clean as well. At this point, I was starting to feel like, yes, this is good. At this point, I was already thinking, why am I doing this to myself? Why? My vision was already blurry. I kid you not. I had to inform him that this is my last one. One of the best things about training is that you actually don't know what you are capable of until you give it a trial. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.